Hello everyone, Irels here. Welcome to a new kind of video. This is the greatest adventure Azeroth has ever seen. And it's been on the Iron Man challenge, I will admit that, but it's got a few other rules. Rule 1, the most important rule, I can't die. If I die, challenge is over, I restart. Maybe, we'll see if I can be bothered. Rule 2, I'm not allowed anything above green armour, which means I can only equip grey, white or green. That means no heirlooms. Rule 3, I have to complete at least one quest in every zone, not every zone, every continent, excluding Deep Home, because fuck that, I cannot be bothered. But that does mean that I have to do Northrend, Gultiras, Eastern Kingdoms, Pandaria, Kalimdor, I'm forgetting any, Khazalgar, but obviously we'll get to that, Broken Isles. I'm realising I'm really not good at WoW. And the last rule, not allowed to group up or do dungeons. This is as if it's old school WoW. Just quests, just me, and the open road. That's cringe. But the last bit, if just a bit of fun, I'm going to be playing this as if this character is a roleplay character. I play on a roleplay server, Argent Dawn, EU. It's good fun, roleplaying. It's a nice pastime when you're bored of content, which is all the time, because content in WoW is a fucking state. But I'm going to be playing this character and I'll make a TRP profile and everything. If I get into encounters in the world, then I get into encounters and we can make some friends and tell them of our adventures. Because this is the greatest adventure Azeroth has ever seen. So, what character should I roll? I was thinking, when I was planning this, I had a dwarf shaman in my head for some reason. I just thought it'd be pretty cool to adventure around as a dwarf shaman. And I don't have an alliance shaman. My shaman is a goblin on hard, obviously, because that's what goblins are. I think they should be neutral, personally, but we'll get into that another time. I do want a class that can heal themselves, because I do feel as we get later on in the challenge, we're going to be needing that. That means druid would be a good shout, but I'm sick to death of leveling druids. I always do it. I've got about 5 of them. A priest is another one. I do need to level a priest at some point, and this could be my excuse, but I can't stand playing the priest. I think they're just so boring, and I'll end up rolling shadow anyway, because I always do. But with this challenge, do I want to be hard or do I want to be alliance? That's the question. If we're wanting roleplay interactions, alliance is the way to go, because let's be honest, the state of Horde Army is a bit shocking. See, Draenei, they start in Kalimdor, so that could be an excuse to get Kalimdor out of the way. And I don't have the heritage armour for Draenei, or Draenei, however you want to say it. Come at me in the comments, I don't care. A human would be the adventurer's go-to, but are we going to be boring? Of course we're not. Alright, let's go with the Draenei Shaman. I think that's a good shout. Yeah, I think this looks good. This looks good. Draenei are quite attractive, personally, so you know. And excuse my voice if I'm sniffing. By the way, I've got a cold, so it's the problem with living in England, I suppose. Especially when the temperature drops. It's warm until like late September, and then it's just awful. So what should we name ourselves? There we go, we'll go with Frogstomp, one of my favourite albums from the band Silverchair. Shout out Silverchair. I know you're not going to watch this, but if Daniel Johns somehow manages to see this video, then I think I've made it and I can happily quit. But yeah, we'll go, this is our character, and I'm going to allow myself to transmog because I don't want a mismatch of gear, alright? I can't stand looking at it. I'm going to allow myself to transmog. Considering that white and grey armour can be transmog now, I think it's fine. If it's not, someone come at me and I will change the rule, but you know, it's my fucking challenge, so I will choose it. We're going to start in Ammon Vale because Exile's Reach is fucking god awful, even for new players. I would convince every new player to just play in the starting zone of your race, because it's just, you know, I know this makes more sense, I think, in terms of lore, maybe, but you know, go with your starting zone because you'll learn more. Greatest adventure Azeroth has ever seen. I just want to say that the idea of this, I've had it for ages. I just didn't start YouTube until like 2 weeks ago. But I watched countless Iron Man challenges on YouTube from the likes of Lazy Peon and Nixion. The challenge that this takes inspiration from, in fact, is the Lazy Peon's Iron Man challenge and the series that Mookluck and Nixium did called The Greatest Adventure Ever Told. It's a direct copy, I'll be honest, apart from the fact that I'm not going to go the fact that I'm not allowed to wear a chest piece. But I just want to say that that's my inspiration, before people say I'm copying. But, you're allowed to take inspiration, I think,
to revitalize their former civilization. The majority have vowed to remain and uphold their sacred.
Remember the lessons of the past.
I always liked Vale. I've never actually really leveled a Draenei really high, I don't think. I did play one for a little bit, but I've never really got into playing one. I'd love to, have this character become a staple of the channel, or even a staple of my WoW adventures. Literally the greatest adventure Azeroth has. I'm going to have a counter in the bottom corner of every time I say the greatest adventure Azeroth has ever seen. I just like the vibe of this place. It's like if you didn't play WoW and you saw this Draenei, you'd think maybe that this is somewhere they would be. These moths they always unsettled me when I was a kid, and they still do. I just hate moths. I hate them in real life, and I'll hate them in WoW till the day I die. Look at that, already level 2. This is ridiculous. Is this going to be like 3 episodes? Probably, because I'll die, because I'm incompetent. Considering how much I play WoW, I've never considered myself good at it. Auto loot is on, okay, fair enough. I've never considered myself good at WoW. I think I'm a respectable player, maybe. I'm not very good at PvP. I can't raid to save my life. I can do LFR, but who can't? You could play LFR if you knew. But I've never really been good at sort of much. I don't really do content when I reach max level. I just do it for the transmog. That's all I do it for. But yeah, I've never really considered myself really good at WoW. I do play it more for casual reasons, because I've played it for that long. I started in Burning Crusade when I was about 4, I think. Maybe a bit older. Played with my dad. My dad got me into WoW, and I don't think he plays anymore. But yeah, I always used to just go on his account, make a character, die a few times, get upset, and then, that was it. That was my WoW playing journey until maybe Mists of Pandaria, where... Do you know what? I'm gonna leave my WoW playing journey, because I'll do a video on it in the future. I will work on it for weeks to edit it properly, because, let's be honest, my editing is absolutely atrocious. Yeah, I've always, wanted to do a video on my WoW journey. Again, another video that a lot of WoW YouTubers have done, like the Lazy Peon, for example. In fact, I would say the Lazy Peon was my favourite WoW YouTuber growing up. Doesn't necessarily do a lot of WoW content now, but if you're into MMOs, Lazy Peon is one of the goats in that sense. I just think a lot of WoW YouTubers, they kind of like grew out of it, maybe. And I think the state of WoW most of the time is kind of, does kind of get repetitive. So it does kind of make sense that, a lot of WoW YouTubers would eventually stop playing. I've come close to quitting a few times, but I've never sort of like actually quit. I've always threatened to quit, but I don't play a lot of games. My games, literally, I play about 4 on rotation all the time. I'm really back into GTA 5 at the moment, playing that with my friend, so that's good. A lot of games you can't play alone, and I think GTA is one of them. If you're watching this, let me know in the comments, what are your go-to, maybe top 3 games at the moment? And if you want to do your top 5 games of all time, go for it. But the 3 games I've got on rotation at the moment would probably be WoW, GTA, and Red Dead Redemption 2, because I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is the greatest story game ever made. I'm gutted that I didn't get around to doing YouTube earlier, because I would have loved to have done Red Dead content. I might even still do Red Dead content. There's a YouTuber there's a few YouTubers actually that I watch that make very good Red Dead video essays, and just video essays in general. Cynic, he's a very good one. Fishy, or Fizzy, he's probably going to butcher me if he sees this. There's something unsettling about these volatile mutations. Just, what are they? They're just skin. Like, what is that? It looks a bit like a murloc with teeth for a back. Oh, and these things as well. I mean, I get hay fever, so this is my worst nightmare. One of these. If I was walking through North Yorkshire Moors, right, and I saw that, I'm moving away. There's no way I'm staying. No, not for me. Just want to also say that this series will likely be weekly, maybe every Thursday or every Friday. So if you do end up subscribing and wanting to see more, just know that it will likely be once a week, maybe twice a week. We'll see. There's not much I can do in WoW at the moment, so I just thought, why not do something silly like this, and maybe people will like it. And you can get to bully me for being shit at WoW, so it's a win-win for everyone. I leveled up again. This is going to be too easy, isn't it? I can't remember where I put that there. I'm not allowed to use the heirloom mount either, or we can use a mount at level 10. And I can use any mount I want, because you can fly at level 10 now, which I think is ridiculous personally. I think they should have just kept it how it was. I think you can cater to new players, but then it can become too easy. Like, I've been playing for less than... What is my slash played? Look, 7 minutes and I'm already level 4. I mean, to some people that might be like, oh, that's yeah, I don't give a shit, alright? Like, 7 minutes and I'm nearly, like, I'll be level 5 after these quests. Like, this is going to be very easy. I might come back to that, might come back to bite me in the arse, but, you know, we shall see, because, as we know, it's unpredictable. So I hope that in Midnight, with Eversong Woods and Silvermoon getting revamped, I do hope that the Azure Mistals and Blood Mistals get revamped as well, because they did come out in the same expansion and they have aged. Like, there's no way that these trees, like, don't deserve a little bit of love. Do you know what I mean? Like, Team Trees, am I right, Mr. Beast? I do think Moonkin are actually really cute, or Owlkin, or whatever. I do actually think they're really cute. Like, they just look so cuddly. Like, you can't tell me if you were camping and one of them came to your campsite, you wouldn't just want to give it a big hug. Like, it's like a big dog. I've never actually really leveled here either, so it'll be nice to actually maybe do the quests here and get if I do the starting zone, I can go over to wherever. If I can get to level 10 here, I can go do Northrend or Pandaria or everywhere or anywhere, because that's how the scaling works now. I do miss the old leveling. I wish they'd just bring out, like, how they've got like WoW Classic Remix and stuff like that. I do wish they'd bring out maybe like a legacy question thing, like where you can get to, like, you can go to Chromie and you can choose legacy, and it just scales it back to how it was pre-Shadowlands. I just think it'd be nice to go back and just experience it again, because you do level up pretty quickly anyway. Did that deer just spawn out of nowhere? I feel like Arthur Morgan. I think my dream game would be a crossover of WoW and Red Dead. I think that would be, like, that to me would be my greatest game of all time. I kind of play it anyway, because my OC that I roleplay basically is like a female John Marston with less of an outlaw and more like, I guess, bounty hunter. But I don't know, I just think I'd love more horse mounts, like, but like realistic looking ones, the HD model. Like, if you could get the horses from Red Dead and stick them into WoW, I think that'd be perfect. There's obviously probably a game out there like that, and if there is, please tell me in the comments, because I'd love to play it. If this series does come to an end with my character dying, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be, like, heartbreaking. Oh yes, the Hallow's End. Shit myself. Headless Horseman's coming for me. If you could live anywhere in the Warcraft universe, where would you choose to live? Because I've always thought this question, and I think I've always thought it was an easy answer, but it just isn't, because everywhere is like livable, but there's some places that like are nicer looking. Obviously, if you got transported into this, it's not going to look like exactly like this. It'd look like real. I don't know, there's something about Grizzly Hills that I think would be cozy, but so would most of Kultiris, because it just reminds me of England because of the weather mainly. But I feel like I would love to just own one of like the farms in Elwyn or Westfall. I think that would be perfect. I can live out my Wild West fantasies if that's the case. And I didn't play Red Dead until like properly until about, I want to say 2 years ago. And I don't understand why I didn't, because I instantly was like, this game is insane. Like the detail, the story, everything. That game has been out since 2018 and people are still finding things about it, like story, like hidden characters and interactions. I just think the work that must have been put into that, like this, Roger Clark himself has said that the script was huge. Another thing is that I would love to be like a voice actor. I'd love to. I put a tweet out the other day. It's like I like quote tweeted this. I think it's a voice acting talent company thing. I didn't really pay much attention to that, but I quote tweeted it saying I'm not a voice actor, but I would love to be. And I've always thought like I would love to. Where am I walking? I would love to make like a short film, or even if like someone who does YouTube came to me and said I'm doing a little animated comedy series, do you want to do a voice? I would jump at the chance to do that. I don't know who I'd voice, because as heartbreaking it is, I've got a deep masculine voice and I don't want that, but you know, it's just something I've got to deal with for now. Now, if you guys don't know that I am trans, so it's hard for me to like speak. It's the reason I don't show my face. I might eventually. I mean, my face is out there. It's not hidden. Like you could go and find it. It's like I'm never going to hide it, but I'm not going to actively show it until I'm like comfortable within myself to do so. I'm not going to send gold or currencies over, and if anyone out there does send me anything, I'll accept pets, junk, or anything, but I won't accept like gold or armor or anything. Anything that can improve my chances at the challenge, I will have to politely decline. If you want to send me toys or pets, then I will accept them. There's people out there probably screaming at me now, being like, what are you doing with these quests? And I don't know, I'm not really leveled here. I normally do the intro bit, get to level 5 and then jump over to Elwyn, but you know, I'm not going to do that now. I can't see the map either because of the recording thing I've got, like the overlay. Obviously I can keep an eye on how long I've been recording, but it does hinder my chances at seeing the map. It is kind of sad that these places are dead now, like with other players, because I remember there was a time where you could quest in the starting area and see like 4, 5, 6 players just questing with you. I think as WoW's gone on, it kind of got less of that. When you start a human, you see a bunch of people because everybody plays a human, especially on a roleplay server, but I don't know, maybe on other servers you do, but I'm just going off what I see, and I think I do think Exile's Reach is kind of tore that away, because when I play Exile's Reach I see like 15 people sometimes, and it's a big contrast to what you see here. We've got level 6 already. 6 of 80, let's go. I think getting a level 80 is going to be hard, because once you start getting later on in the zones, that you're going to get an issue. especially if I'm wearing shit armor. My goal is to reach at least level 40. I think if I can get to 40, I'll be quite happy, and that to me, because that's halfway, that to me will be a success. Not that I'm championing failure. My personal goal to get to level 40. And I think judging by what we're going, that'll take 4 or 5 episodes, be quite quick. For any non-WoW players that are watching this, like if any of my friends see it, have you ever seen WoW? Surely you have, because it's a massive game, and I know that. If you're my friend in person and you're watching this, then I've probably spoke about it. But is it a game you've ever thought of getting into, or you've maybe played it once and not got into it? I'd love to know. Not that you'd comment, you could just tell me. But if you're not someone I know in person, the same question applies. Like, would you have got into WoW, or talking to me? Because I'd just love to know. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I've got people into WoW that I've played for a few weeks and then never touched it again, and there's people I've got into WoW that still play today. So I don't know. I'd just love to know. I've always loved Blood Elves. With the Silver Moon HD revamp coming up in midnight, I'm so excited for that. If you guys haven't seen like pictures of it, look them up. I don't think my editing skills go that far, but we'll see. I might put them in post. We'll see.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
Here we go, level 7. Look at that sweet transmog. That's so adventurer. If you saw her, you'd be like, yes, that is one of Azeroth's greatest adventurers. Here we are. I've always loved this village. I just think it's so, like, I like the sci-fi aspect of the Draenei. I think in terms of WoW and how, like, it started off mainly as, I mean, it still is fantasy, because sci-fi is fantasy. I don't know what I'm trying to say. There we go, we're in level 8. I think we'll stop this video at level 10. I think that's a good, if we can get 10 levels of video, that's 8 episodes if I can manage to get to 80. So we'll call it at level 10. Maybe a bit more, we'll see. Oh, we've got reincarnation. Now, if anyone's watching this, should I be allowed to use this? If I die, I can get, like, out of it. Should I be allowed? I don't know. I feel like it is cheating, but then again, I'm using what I've got. And another thing is, should I be allowed to pick a specialisation?
The Naru have not forgotten us.
Because obviously in the OG Iron Man challenge, you're not allowed. Like, you have to not pick a spec. But I think in terms of, like, WoW now and how easy it can be, I think not picking a spec wouldn't change much. I actually have to check the map because of my recording overlay. I need to find a way to get that off. Right, we'll do that after, because that one takes us to Exeter, so we may as well wait to do that one. Oh, hello, ghostly Furbolg. Do I have to follow you? I'm assuming so. We'll do this one first then. Oh well, it's free XP, we'll take it. Oh, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Fucking hell, alright. This is a bit easy, isn't it? You're a bit more stubborn, aren't you? Shit. Okay, that challenge could have ended way too early there. I wouldn't have even bothered uploading it if it ended there. I'd have just put a post out saying how shit I am at WoW. Let's kill these stag and make Arthur Morgan weep. I love just these simple quests. Just kill things, pick up what they drop, and then you're done. And the simple just quests to go speak to someone are just, you know, they're so much easier, especially when you're doing a challenge like this where you don't have to worry about like things killing you at that point. I don't think I'll have to worry about mobs killing me until I'm like level 30ish, I think, maybe, because that's when you should realistically be better geared. But at the same time, this is modern WoW, so you could probably get to, if you're skilled enough, you could probably get to 1 to 18 grey armour with no spec, but I do think that is even pushing your luck for even modern WoW. See, the thing about the Draenei starting area, I love the bits of crashed spaceship that you just find around. Like, this is like a good roleplay spot if someone were to come and use this for a camp. I think it'd be perfect. I'm actually GM of a roleplay guild, so I might even use this myself. Shit. Fucking hell. Giant chicken came out of nowhere. Okay. It was dead chicken though. But anyway, as I was saying, this is such a cute spot to use, just as a little camp. Like, you could put a little fire. I don't know, just, I'm seeing it with my roleplay eyes at the moment. I didn't know there was goblins here. Since when was the goblins in the Draenei starting area? Okay, I wonder if there's a quest to go after them at some point. But it's the Venture Cores, they're everywhere, so what do you expect? Especially when there's purple crystals around. Another totem. Oh, that's on the other side of the fucking island. Okay. Another giant chicken. Oh, go away, giant chicken. See, mobs do actually hit quite hard, but you hit 3, 4, 5 times as hard. So it's really just a match of, if you pulled maybe 6 or 7, then maybe, even then you might get out of it. I mean, I've come close to dying in Elwyn, the Murloc quests, because I pull about 20 of them, and that's with wearing heirlooms. So if I do go to Elwyn, I'll probably have to be careful with that quest. But I probably wouldn't do Elwyn, because I think it's just, you know, for fuck's sake, everyone's done Elwyn. I'll do something different. This challenge is directly encouraging me to do and go to zones that I've not done before. For example, with the Azeroth style, I've never really quested here. It was the same with Teldrassil up until about 2 years ago, maybe, where I actually went, do you know what, I'm just going to stay in Teldrassil. Can't do that anymore. Yeah, I've never really... There is a few zones in WoW that I still haven't done, and I've always wanted to go to all of them because I think you get an achievement for it. And I think it's nice to say that you've done every zone at least once. You can't be an adventurer if you've not done everywhere, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm an adventurer, but I always go to places I know. Nah, we're gonna get rid of that, and we're gonna go to places we don't normally go to on this challenge. And if this starts picking up as a series, then maybe I'll do a part 2 where people can vote for what zones I go to and what class and race I pick. Oh, giant chicken. This is going to be a running theme. Giant chicken. Oh, come on, just drop the last one. It's always the last one that you need, and it takes ages. I should have just hit it, it would have died quicker. There we go, that's the last one. So we'll go hand them in, and then I think that's all we'll have time for.
May the light embrace you. Favor the road, travel.
There we go, there's level 9. I don't think we'll get to level 10 this episode. But... oh look, another player. That's rare, especially here. If you're watching this, Tahida, let me know in the comments. I love running into people like that. It's always nice to know that, like, even in modern WoW, you can get interactions like that. So that's all we have time for today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really means a lot. And I will catch you in part 2 of the greatest adventure Azeroth has ever seen.
May the light guide you.